Well, we just saw some big snow finally across the Northeast. The biggest numbers coming in northern Maine, more than a foot, and even parts of New York as well. Some of the higher elevations looking up at 9, 10, 11, 12 inches of snow just this week alone. Let me show you the snow depth map here, and you can see that area where we saw accumulating snow, and there is still some on the ground, extends all the way into southern New England, into Long Island, northern New Jersey. The Pocono Mountains getting in on some of the action, 6, 7 inches in parts of the Poconos. Pretty impressive considering winter has certainly not been alive and well to this point in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York. So we'll take what we can get here, and if you want to take a little more, well, just wait for it. We have a small storm that'll move across the Northeast today. This is not very strong. It'll drop a little snow in the mountains, but that's about it. But then a big storm on the way, and I mean big. We're looking at another Blockbuster across the northern tier of the country, stretching from Chicago to Detroit, Buffalo, out through central and northern New England. And we are looking at just a little bit of everything when it comes down to it. So let's get into the nitty gritty here. We'll talk about the details of this system. Here's 6 a.m. on Friday, and you're starting to see the snow with our northerly flow of air around Des Moines, Chicago as well. Now, if you live in the Windy City, heads up. Yeah, it will be windy, but it's going to be a little bit of a smorgasbord, if you will, in terms of the amount of precipitation we'll get. Some snow, some wintry mix, and even at sometimes just plain old rain. Looking out toward the mitten, though, man, you're going to get some good snow in toward, let's say, Traverse City and even into Grand Rapids. Detroit as well, looking at some of that heavy snowfall. As we get through the afternoon on Friday, the snow starts to drift to the north and east and into upstate New York, Buffalo, Syracuse, Utica, out toward Massachusetts, into the Berkshires, and then right across the eastern seaboard. You're seeing that snow start to stretch. It continues all the way through Friday evening into the Green and White Mountains of Vermont and New Hampshire, and then into Maine as well before the storm departs on Saturday evening. Here's what we're looking at in terms of those snowfall totals. If you live in northern Maine, let's say Portland all the way up toward Bangor and Millinocket as well, you're in that 6 to 12 inch range. The Boundary Mountains, that's where it gets really good. The higher elevations, a foot to a foot and a half of snow. More of the same in the northern White Mountains and Green Mountains in Vermont and New Hampshire, and the Adirondacks in northern New York. Syracuse, Utica, Rochester, out toward Buffalo, you're in the 6 to 12 as well. Same with Saginaw and Chicago. Chicago, I'd give you the lower end. I'd give you about 6 when it comes down to it, but every suburb will be just a little bit different there. Peoria, more of the same. And then you look a little further south into that slightly more powder blue color in Springfield. That's where you're in that 1 to 3. Same in Altoona, Pennsylvania, out toward State College, home of Penn State and the AccuWeather network. Now, New York 7-day forecast, you're looking at, again, a bit of a mushy mix of everything. We do have that little storm bringing some rain Wednesday and Thursday, but Friday and Saturday is the big one. It's going to be nasty on the roads. Make sure you're taking care if you have to.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out these other videos here and be sure to subscribe for new content and the latest weather news from AccuWeather.